All right, good morning, guys. All right, there we go. For some reason, I had a connection issue, but as you can see, I'm already in a trade. I'm in ears. It was starting to break out on this candle. I just got in it when it started breaking the downtrend at 130, and it's been kind of struggling here. So we'll see what happens right at market open. See if it gets a nice volume push or not. Could be another instance of yesterday where it sells off at market open. Well, no, actually, it looks like it's popping here. Oh, yeah, all the way up to 140 so far. Got some selling there, though. And my price target on this would be 171 at the 200-day moving average. As you can see, there's definitely some selling pressure. It's trying to keep it down on these two candles. We are getting some decent volume in here so far. It's just not pushing. Selling pressure is trying to keep it down. I got an upper shadow now. I don't like the looks of this candle so far. And this may dump here. Yeah, it's starting to dump. So I had a quick push up to 140. And then it just got held up right there. See if 120 can hold up. And 120 struggling. Now it's starting to dump. See, the bottom of this support area is this 116 area. So that's as low as I want to hold this. What's this up so far? It's only up 44%. Looking pretty sketchy here. What's up, One Life? Good morning. And I quick drawed on it, but the pattern was there, and it started breaking out. But could be another day like yesterday where it's just nothing but fake outs. Because that's what it's looking like. If it holds up here and doesn't dump, it's starting to crack the bottom of this triangle now. I'm gonna have to get out if this does not hold up here. Got a minute on this candle. Seller just got a hold of this. It's just, yeah, it's cracking. There's a good amount of buyers there at 112, but if they get taken out, I'm getting out. This could just keep selling off, but that's what I was concerned about right through here. It was looking like shorters were trying to take a hold of this. And that's pretty much looking, and see 115 bunch of sellers sitting at, so they're trying to hold this down. And they're doing a pretty good job of it so far. Decent amount of buyers trying to come in and hold up 115, but look at that. All of them just taken out like that. And I'm probably going to have to get out here. So it looks like 110's trying to hold up as like a bottom support. I'm not liking what I'm seeing though. At this point, I'm just going to put a stop loss right there. If 110 cracks, that'll be it. I've already held this a little too much longer than I wanted. It seems I'm going to have to go back to waiting 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes for the market to figure out what it's going to do, because I keep jumping the gun on these trades and they just keep falling apart right after market opens. So it's not worth it to keep doing this over and over again if it's not working out. Some would call that insanity. You see, every time it starts to push back up, it just gets pushed right back down. Like, this is a pretty low float stock. With buying volume coming in and it's starting to push, it shouldn't be getting held down that hard, but somebody does not want this to move. There you go. At least you got a quick scalp off of it. I was just expecting more than that, especially when it popped up to 140. I thought, well, we'll at least try to test the high a day, but there's just some strong pressure in this. Strong selling pressure. Whoever it is does not want it to rip. And I may get stopped out here if it can't hold up 110. Let me readjust this downtrend. It's not even up that high. I mean, it's at 36%, so it's kind of, I'm a little surprised at how much selling pressure is in this. But like I was saying yesterday, all it takes is one person to ruin your day. And they're trying to ruin my day on this, whoever it is. I'm trying to piss in my popcorn. I'm starting to pop back up here at the last little bit of this 5-minute candle, but the 9 EMA is still there. That's what I kind of did through here. I started getting some buying volume, and then it gets slammed right back down. It is back in this triangle though for the second. Let's see what happens. See if this actually turns around here. I don't. As long as that selling pressure stays in it, I just don't see it doing too much. But if all the selling pressure gets out of the way, then maybe. As you can see right there, as soon as it pops over 120, pushed right back down. What's up, Daniel B? Good morning, buddy. Yep, see here, pushing right back down again. If it drops below 110, it's definitely done. So if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I'm not holding it any longer than that. Like right now, it looks like it wants to dump out of the bottom of this triangle. See, look at there, a bunch of sellers on 116 now. Well, they just got taken out. It's all right, but you can see there, 117 started getting taken out, and then sellers just start slamming on the ask. Big sellers at 118. See if they start getting taken out or not. Yeah, they're okay. They got taken out, but then slammed right back down. And there are buyers who keep coming in trying to hold this up, but if they keep getting slammed back down, then they'll give up. Bulls will get tired of trying and getting slammed right back down, and that'll be it for the stock. $21 EMA. I don't have the 21 EMA on, so I don't even know where it's at. I was just looking at these two candles right here, bounced off of this 115 area. You say I'm good, but I don't feel good. The selling pressure, it got me. It got me already. With this original little stick here, it acted like it was gonna do something, and then it didn't. And then it did it again on the opening candle, so. I mean, it is in the tippy of the triangle, so if it does break out of the triangle here, it could start moving up, but. You can see right there, 125 slammed right back down. So that selling pressure's still in there. Now it's starting to move a little bit. Oh, nope. Right back down. The bullish, the bullish buying volume is why I didn't jump out originally when it started crashing there at open, because there was buyers coming in trying to hold it up. Like I said, if it keeps getting slammed down, they're going to give up. There's a good close on that candle, but it's starting to slowly build though. It needs to get over 125 soon though. If it keeps getting held up at 125, it'll dump right out of the bottom. You can see it on the 1 minute. It's hitting that 125 area. Are you in this one life now? 139 is your first price target? Yeah. Yeah, that's where it hit. Right across the tops of those candles at 140. Oh, you're eating breakfast? When you said price target, I thought maybe you were in it. See, they got slammed down again, so if buyers don't start coming back in this time, then that's going to be it for this. They're going to give up. Alright, so buyers still coming in, so they haven't given up yet. It's crazy this float is so low on this stock, and it's not moving one way or the other. So there's a real battle going on between shorters and bulls right now on this stock. This is an epic battle of price action. Starting to crack again. All right, buyers coming in at 115, so they still haven't given up. Past resistance back here. Yeah, I mean, there's some at 135. There's a couple of areas. Yeah, 135 is pretty strong. But getting in right here at 130, I figured 135 wouldn't be that big a deal to try to break right through that. So you got 135, 140 resistance. If it can even get back up there, it's getting slammed down again here. Oh yeah, that's where I got my stop loss. If it makes a new low, I'm definitely out. Starting to lose buying volume a little bit. Selling volume's kind of decreased too, though. It's like both sides are getting tired. I still think sellers kind of have control of this at the moment. Yeah, they do. All these buyers at 113 get taken out here. Okay, they didn't get taken out. I was about to say, if they get taken out, that'll probably be it. Probably be the end of the fight. You can just see it. It's getting tired. The buying pressure is getting tireder and tireder. And the selling pressure, the big seller sitting there at 116. If I hadn't been in this pre-market already, I wouldn't touch it yet. And it looks like it's about to crack. Yeah, it's about to crack. Yeah. So that's what I was concerned about. It looked decent right here, but as soon as this candle started pushing back down, I was like, uh-oh, there's selling pressure. There's quite a bit, and the sellers won the game. Dirty old ears. See what else is going on. See NMVC in a triangle as well. Look at that. It started breaking out at right before open and got slammed down. Kirk got extremely slammed down. That looks terrible. Not much on either one of those. See, SHLO with a massive rip for this cheap of a stock. 40 cents to 67 so far. It's going to run in that 9 at 74 cents. Yeah, that's, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we have seen a lot of fake out breakouts. Now, for some reason, we have a 40-cent stock running. That 9 is right there. Let's see. Yeah, 75 cents is going to be pretty tough resistance. I don't see it breaking over 75. Unless it just keeps going nuts, but throw that on the watch list and take some of this garbage off. CY DY, no PR. Coming up to the 50-day at 410, so if it can break 410, it's got some move to run. Or some room to run, I should say. Tesla. What's Tesla doing? Let's take a look at it. Bouncing off of 400. I don't know. I saw something earlier about somebody big shrunk their position in Tesla. See, HLO is still creeping up to the 75-cent area. See, CYD did just break 410. This is a big float. This doesn't make any sense. It's only had 1 million in volume and it's got a really big float. It's kind of weird. I probably would stay away. Probably stay away from that. It's definitely strange. CCL getting a gap up. Oh no, they had a reverse stock split, and out of this reverse stock split, it's popping up. No, that's what I'm saying. 75 cents is going to be a real tough resistance. I said earlier I didn't think it was going to break that. Unless it did something crazy, but some higher float stocks moving today. This has got decently large float and it's popped up. CCL, some mid cap popping up. Oh, it's Carnival Cruise. What are they doing? Oh, they're going to restart cruise operations this weekend. So that's why this is getting some attention. This may be a potential swing play with hype starting to come into it. Let me put this up here. It did just get above the 100-day, but if they're starting this weekend, there could be hype today and tomorrow in this stock. See, it's got some pretty strong resistance right where it's at, though. It's 1884 area. Basically 1875 to 19 is a pretty strong resistance zone for Carnival Cruise. I'd like to see it get rejected there and come back down like 1775. But it may not. It looks like it's going to make a new high here, yeah. Still, though, it's got to get through 19. That's up to 424 so far. Weird little stop. Nice One Life. Sounds good. Well, that's a good sign that Carnival's restarting their cruises. Maybe the economy will start getting back open and everybody back working and whatnot. I got a little pop, but this is a weird ETF I don't like touching. I'm going to trade that. Let me look at, I want to see how this MSOS, this US pot stock ETF is doing. Selling off still. I don't pick it up from Coney Island. Nice. I don't know what that, I guess that's a restaurant. Like, I know what Coney Island is in New York, but I know you don't live in New York, so. I don't short. I just don't do it because I just don't like using margin accounts. One Life's been shorting lately, though. Eventually, at some point, we'll start trying my hand at shorting, but not in the foreseeable close future. Just because I'm doing this small account, trying to grow it. But at some point, I will do some shorting. Let's see, Seva popping up here. It's going to run into some resistance, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, One Life, for starting to short in this market because it's a lot. Right now, shorters are winning all the battles. This is basically four fake breakouts between yesterday and today so far that I've traded and lost on, and shorters are just winning. They're just not letting things break out. So, like, this could have been a decent short there at 140 to pull it back down. Because I could see the selling pressure right in this candle right through here, starting to come in, like really trying to hold this down. And then right through there was this would have been a nice short candle. Could have made a nice quick 30 cents just off of that short candle there, but I've heard of Mackinac Island. I know that's a thing in Michigan. That's like a cool spot. See, where's the 100-day at on this? The 100 days at 1775. Now, so if Carnival Cruise could come down to 1775, back down to that today, it might be an interesting swing. Whoops. the small cap world is just not feeling it today. See, CRON got a little bounce. I'm just looking at some of these pot stocks, these U.S. pot stocks, see if they're starting to get any attention. This MSOS is a pretty good indicator, though, of the U.S. pot stocks, because there's some pretty good companies in this ETF. So once the ETF starts turning green, eventually starts up on an uptrend, because right now it's on a downtrend. It definitely could be a good indicator of when it's time for a marijuana bull run. And you check up on Ross. I can't imagine Ross Cameron's making any money off any of the small caps right now, because none of the small caps are doing anything. They get quick little pops. Like, you got to scalp if you're a bull. You got to scalp right now, which I may just have to start doing, is just taking little quick scalps on things, because we are not getting breakouts. Like, Ears wasn't even that high up. Ears was only 40% up at open, and it got shorted out. Like, if it was at 100%, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But being shorted at 40% up, that just shows you that the small caps just don't have it right now. I mean, this was a good run on SHLO, but sub-penny stocks are tricky. I wouldn't want to trade this at 40 cents. Yeah, it happens like that. It happens. There'll be weeks, sometimes even months where small caps don't run. I've seen it plenty of times before. So you either have to adjust or sit on your hands, one of the two. Either go for quick scalps, short, or just wait it out until the small cap market gets warm again. Because it's definitely not warm right now. The murder mitten. Isn't Chicago giving Detroit a run for its money? Like, because they're kind of beside each other, they should just be called the murder mittens. Just a pair of mittens. T-Con. Look at this. What's going on with T-Con? This stock hardly ever does anything. Today so far, it's moved 50 cents. Starting to break the 200-day moving average. On nothing but buying volume. And it's only got, it don't even have a, it's not even had 1 million in volume yet. And their PRs they're going to present at Wells Fargo. Weird. I know how it gets its name, One Life. It was a joke. Come on, man. You know better. Come on, you know better than that. Like, this is a weird run because, like, seeing this in pre-market, if I would have just saw this, I'd be like, okay, there's nothing there. And then it comes out and pops up, but, like, At what point? I mean, maybe you could. It's there right there. The break at 250 could have been a possible entry. It's a tricky thing to play. It's not normal movements. Really, downtown is beautiful now? Interesting, because I know there's still a lot of very, very cheap real estate in Detroit. I was just looking at that the other day. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're starting to rebuild. And I'm pretty much out of funds for the day, so I'm not going to be making another trade. I'm just looking to see if there's any possible trades at all for anybody, but let me think here for a second. This is interestingly weird stock. Let's see if this does break 75. 80 cents would be a next resistance. 95 cents and $1. There's a lot of resistance ahead of this. Even if it does break 175, or not 175, but 75 cents, so the only reason why I was just thinking about this is just because if the Robinhood traders are real itchy right now, this is a pretty cheap stock that's pretty low float. It wouldn't take a ton of buy-in volume to come in to push it up again. Nice. No, DB. Don't compare Milwaukee to Detroit and Chicago. Milwaukee's not that bad. You're kind of off on that comparison. Like, Milwaukee has some issues, but nothing like that, like those cities have had. Like, Milwaukee's been building up quite a bit the past couple of years. Probably like the past 5 or 10 years. All the sports teams started making the playoffs and championships, and they've redone the historic Third Ward. It's real nice down there. Milwaukee's got a lot going for it. Daniel B., you went to the Harley Davidson Museum. Don't tell me you saw Milwaukee. FNAM. Let's see, Carnival Cruise Line's coming back down. Yeah. Kind of consolidating on the 1 minute, but I'd definitely come check out Michigan. I've been to Michigan before. But it's been a long time, and I actually don't remember exactly where I went. So, gosh, nothing going on. This ugly day. Yeah, I don't know. Everything looks real bad. DB, you're from a whole nother. Where are you from again? You from the Ukraine or something? I can't imagine Ukraine being. Or where are you from? Because I can't imagine that place being. Too much better than. Really, that's wild. The blocks look like farmland in Detroit. That's pretty wild. Look at T-Con breaking 3 now. This thing just going straight up. Off of a garbage press release. Like, why did it... Let's see what this press release says. Gonna present a corporate overview. Okay. That's it. That's all the PR says. And it's not happening until September 9th. What? This is insane. This is running like this off of this garbage PR. I never would have expected that. $3 was pretty tough resistance, and it's through that now. Yeah, this is crazy. It's been getting volume the last couple of days, though. Well, that day, yesterday, it didn't really have much. Somebody must know something. TCON. Here, I'll put it in the chat. This feels like a pump and dump. But usually the pump wouldn't last this long. I mean, this has been non-stop buying volume on this stock with garbage PR. It just doesn't make any sense. Let's see, what did they reach a deal with? Private placement. So they had something get trial clearance. So got FDA clearance of some drug. FOMO. Think FOMO's pushing it up? I mean, you may be right. It's just not having any red volume candles until just now. I mean, that's what, an hour of buying volume straight. Like, there's a couple of red candles on the 1 minute, but overall the buying volume was really strong on this. I just don't really see a good reason for it. And maybe that FDA clearance is transferring over, maybe. Hype is, let's see, when did this start? 8/26. They did a bunch of private placements and stuff too. Insider buys. So yeah, whatever this drug that they just got FDA clearance on must be something. Must be for something important. I took a little loss today, Bradley, but it is what it is. Another fake out breakout. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. T-Con hasn't really ran much in the past like 6 months. Even when it has news, it has like quick little pops and that's it. And then all of a sudden, today it's getting a pretty nice move there. So say somebody must know something. CCL is doing some nice sideways consolidation. See it on the 1 minute there. This little triangle on Carnival Cruise. KCAC? No, I didn't trade KCAC. I traded ears. I got in pre-market back here, looking for the break of this triangle, and then it did break for a second, and then came right back down and sold off. A little fake out breakout. KCAC is popping, if that's what you were saying. Starting to pop, bouncing off of 15 there. But this is just up a lot. I mean, it's almost doubled in price. That's the only reason why I'd be a little nervous to touch it, even with it trying to. It looks like it tried to find support there at 15. But you still got a downtrend. At the moment, let's see. Yeah, 16 is going to be some resistance. So that's kind of where the top of your downtrend is. Actually, I need to adjust it a little bit. Be more like this. You got in a 12. Bill Gates is in it. That's pretty good. Bill Gates is invested in this company. And there must be something about it. That would explain why it's doubled in price, but still, as much as hype as that could bring, it's already brought in quite a bit of hype. I mean, it's almost doubled in price. So I don't know how much more it could run. It's definitely getting held up at 16, but it is trying to break. There it goes. Nope, still getting hung up. You can see it right here on the 1 minute. There it goes. It's trying to break right now. That's the thing. The weird thing is it says 0 shares. Like, I don't know what the float is on this. Does anybody know what the float is? I haven't looked at it. My phone's charging. I mean, where are you getting that it could go to 20? There's no, I mean, there's like no, I mean, it could. It very well easily could, but. There's like no chart history to even tell. I mean, there's like really nothing to tell which way this is going to go because it's way off of the indicators. It's way up here in no man's land. There's nothing back here. Let me look on the max chart and see. Yeah, no, there's nothing back here. Let's see, when this IPO recently? When this IPO? I IPO'd about half a month ago. So it's hard to say. It's very hard to say what this is going to do. 20 million in float. Today's the IPO? Look at this PR. Merger. So is a merger. Well, it's just weird because it's showing this chart. I didn't look at hardly into this stock because it was so high up. I mean, at pre-market when I was doing my scans and I looked at this, I had it on my watch list, but it just was so high up. I was like, I'm not touching this for nothing right now because there's not a lot to go off of. This could easily sold off. You see, it was struggling at that 16. That is interesting. There's some interesting stuff with this stock. It being, if this is the merger, the IPO, it could be a mover for a couple of days. SPAC. Let's check out SPAC. It's saying it can't find the signal, or symbol. So I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, look here, good. Carnival Cruise dropping down. Very nice. See, how's T-Con doing? T-Con's starting to look like it's gonna break. Oh, it's already doing it. T-Con pushing for another high day here. Oh, it's a SPAC is an IPO that's coming out. Is that what you're saying? Alright guys, well, I'm going to give the stream about 10 more minutes here since I don't have any more funds to trade with today. And there's really not much going on in small caps anyway. So if you have any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. Readjust this line, make it a little better looking. There we go. Looks like it may try to break out here. Yeah, it's starting to break out. We're at the 1650 so far. Some resistance there though. Just natural resistance every 25 cents. It's looking pretty strong here. NVIDIA is a pretty strong company. I mean, without knowing your entry or anything on NVIDIA, like was it Mint? And that's what it is. But I mean, it did just hit a whole high of the year. So but NVIDIA is a strong company. I can't believe NVIDIA is up to 500. I haven't looked at it lately. Yeah, I mean, NVIDIA is pretty high. It probably is due for a pullback. Because it's just been going and going and going. Yeah, well, I mean, Nvidia's a strong company. They have the best graphics cards, so there's literally not really any competition for Nvidia, at least currently, or that I've seen. Like that's the graphics card that I have in this uh, computer that I'm using is an Nvidia something. What are you talking about on life? Oh, you think it's gonna rip after this retest here? You're probably. I wouldn't bet against it. Because it looks like if it does retest, if it comes back up, this is a bit of a double top though. I think move is imminent. I don't. That's strong words. Those are strong words you're saying there, One Life. Nice. Nice job, Bradley. Good job. This is why I was saying imminent is a strong word. Well, you said move is imminent. You didn't say bull move. You just said move. So technically you were right. Give it 10 minutes. Okay. These market conditions right now, I'm telling you, things don't act the way they normally do. It definitely looked like it was going to break out there, but I mean, it probably will keep going back up eventually at some point today, but right now it's definitely pulling back. T-Con finally slowed down. See, where's Carnival Cruise at? Carnival Cruise hovering around that 18 area. It did break. It did have a little quick pop. I mean, you're not wrong. Looks like it's going to try to hold this 1550 support here. So if it starts building support at 1550, then yeah, maybe you may get it in another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, who knows, man. That's why I say imminent's a strong word. You know better than to be saying things are imminent and they're definitely going to happen. Because you never know in the stock market. Oh, actually, it's cracking the 1550 support. So it may come all the way back down to 15. But 15 looks like pretty strong support. I could see it bouncing again off of 15. Trend lines were right at 1520-ish, 1525. Or it may even be at 15. Let's see. Somewhere in that area, depending. So you got trend line support and $15 support as well. So there's pretty good support there. If it does come down to 15, I'd say it'll bounce, but it looks like it may be done with this little sell-off because it's already starting to pop back up a little. Oh yeah, and the 9's there too. The 9's trying to hold up right now, so yeah, I mean that'd be a pretty good entry. If it fails, it fails. But anywhere when it dipped down at 1538, somewhere in there would be probably a decent entry. Let's see, what's the ears doing? The ears starting to come back up a little. Ears just broke the downtrend. But still, man, that's the way it was acting earlier. No, somebody doesn't want it up that high, so I don't know. I don't know. I kind of think One Life's right. I think it's going to come down to the trend line because it's kind of curled. It's curled over here. It looks like it looks like it needs to drop on this next 5-minute candle down to 15, and then start climbing back up. And you see the selling pressure there, keeping it, trying to hold it below 16. But it may not. That candle opened up above the 9, so it may not drop back down. At least not right now. That was a good open on that candle. Alright guys, well, I'm going to call it a day. It's definitely an interesting stock. I'm going to look more into it. I would say you're right. I'd say it's going to make a new high day at some point today. I don't know if it's going to do it here in the next couple of minutes. I doubt that, but maybe like 30 minutes, something like that, maybe an hour. possibly could. But you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow. Monday, I think, is a holiday, so there won't be a stream Monday, but we will be back tomorrow. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Till next time.